All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to be talking about Adrien "the Problem" Broner and more bad news related to his comeback fight, this time with Hank Lundy. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division, where once again, we're waiting on an Adrien Broner fight. However, unfortunately, it looks like another opponent has checked out. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a regular subscriber and supporter to the channel, people that check out the videos on a regular basis, thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really does mean a lot to the channel. And thank you to everybody that supports, and the super thanks that you can see in the little heart and the dollar sign in the lower right hand corner. And to everybody that shares the video, likes the videos, especially my guy who keeps sharing the videos on Instagram. I see you. I'm going to give you a big shout out in the next video. Appreciate you for doing that. Now let's get into it. So it seems as if Adrien Broner and BLK Prime just can't catch a break, because according to reports, the fight between Adrien Broner and Hank Lundy they may very well be off, because Hank Lundy, who is a fighter out of Philadelphia, was a former opponent against Terrence Crawford in the 140-pound division, already had another fight scheduled, and as a result of him trying to drop out of one fight to fight Adrien Broner, he has been it was either the promoter or his manager has tried to prevent the fight, and as a result, he has been suspended by the state of California. Now, that does not mean necessarily that he will not be able to fight, because I do believe the fight with Adrien Broner is supposed to be in Georgia, but a lot of times when you are suspended by one state, another state will abide by what the other state says, because they do not want you to be able to be suspended in Georgia and not and then be able to go fight in California, right? So a lot of times when in different industries where you're suspended by one state, you're suspended by multiple states, and they will actually ask you in your application to fight in that state whether or not you currently are suspended or suspended or prevented from fighting in any other jurisdiction. And if the answer to that question is yes, then they very well may prevent you from fighting. Now, this is not the first time that this has happened with this same fight. This is the second time that this has happened. However, for a different reason. The Adrien Broner was originally supposed to fight Ivan Redcash, but Ivan Redcash was unable to fight because BLK Prime could not come to reach an agreement with his promoter. His promoter wanted more money for the fight, and as a result, his promoter kept Ivan Redcash from fighting on BLK Prime against Adrien Broner. So, this is just, it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look. And I don't want to say, necessarily whose fault it is, but I will say this, that BLK Prime has to take some of the responsibility in this as it relates to Adrien Broner, or whoever it is that is finding the opponents for Adrien, because they keep making fights, announcing fights, but they're announcing the fights before the fighter is really available to fight. And, happens once, shame on you. Happens twice, on them, happens twice, shame on me. Remember, the saying, it happens once, shame on you, happens twice, shame on me. If something goes wrong and I don't catch it the first time, okay, I can understand it's not my fault, because I wasn't able to predict that I couldn't come to an agreement with the promoter for Ivan Redcash. So that's on me. But the second time it happens, a fighter drops out for the same fight, then I got to start taking some type of responsibility, because now you have to check all the boxes, check your P's and Q's, and make sure everything is order and everything's in line before you announce a fight, right? So getting the fight deal signed, getting it signed, right, with the agreement with Hank Lundy signed, making sure that he does not have another fight, right? Whatever you have to do. And I can't say all the things you have to do because I'm not a promoter, right? And by a promoter, I mean somebody that is literally used to putting on these type of events, who've run into these type of problems before and know what type of problems to look forward to. And that very well may just be the case with BLK Prime, is that they're not experienced in putting on these boxing matches and are just making very, very rookie mistakes. But they are making rookie mistakes with fighters that you shouldn't be making rookie mistakes with. If you're making rookie promotional mistakes, I would suspect you should learn these things on like small cards that are not televised in local cities, like that, where, it's not all out there for everybody to know every mistake you make. Once you get to like to the level of where you're dealing with fighters like Adrien Broner and Terrence Crawford, Hank Lundy, because Hank Lundy's got a name, so does Ivan Redcash. When you're getting close to the world championship level and promoting world championship fights, your organization should be a well-oiled machine by that time. And it just doesn't seem right now that BLK Prime has a very well-oiled machine. And the bad thing is, if this winds up being the case, right? If it winds up being the case that they're not able to have Hank Lundy available for it, and then they got to go to another fighter, or they have to go to another one, are people going to have confidence that the fight is going to come through right at the end, when it's time to actually buy your tickets and all of that for the fight? Because I do believe he said that they're going to fight in March. So if it's in March and you say, oh God, man, 2 guys already got dropped out for these reasons, do I want to buy my plane tickets, invest my money to go there, knowing that there's a chance that the fight may fall through at that point in time? Where if you're dealing with a top ranked card, or you're dealing with, a card from Golden Boy or somebody that has more experience, you can pretty much know that, you can buy your tickets and feel safe that that fight and that card is going to take place. My understanding also is that, some fights had fallen through from Brian Norman when Brian Norman was supposed to be fighting on BLK Prime. So, I don't know, man. It just seems like they got some kinks. They got some kinks to work out in their system. And I wish him the best, and I certainly hope that they do. Very unfortunate for Adrien Broner that he's in the middle of training camp, has to keep switching the opponents that he's preparing for, right? Going from Ivan Redcash to Hank Lundy. If he winds up going from Hank Lundy to somebody else, he may jump out there, wind up losing because he doesn't know exactly who to prepare for. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out.